Two more questions.
I'm not sure I can find it. I heard you on the radio this morning about it. I thought you held your own pretty good on 501c3 and 501c4. My question is smaller. It's for Mr. Edgar. First, I have a quote for you, and you might be familiar with it because the National Council of Churches sponsored it, as I remember, on television many years ago, and it moved me then and it moves me now. It said, forgive someone, maybe it'll teach them a lesson. I don't know if you were there. My name is Bill Haas, by the way. I'm a proud member of the elected St. Louis School Board. I'm a candidate for lieutenant governor. An issue that's always bothered me is how corporations play one state against another or one jurisdiction against another, like Walmart when they're going to build. And sports teams do it also. The one who gives us the most money will move, will stay, will build, and they don't need it. And I long thought that banning the use of public monies to steal a business from one location to another that doesn't need it would be the way to stop that. And I was wondering if that's an issue that's come to Common Cause's attention or consideration.
It's not an issue that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, but it's one I'm interested in, and we ought to talk further about it.
And we had one more, I believe. I guess it's down here.
Thanks, I need the mic. My name is Steve Brecker, and the question is directed to Dave. There's the OUR Walmart movement going on. Is the union, it's not supposed to be a union movement. Is the union, is there a wedge where the unions can get into that? Are you helping motivate this movement?
So our Walmart, OUR, is a group, quite honestly, that is supported in the brainchild of the UFCW. And it's not to push them into unionism because we've been very, very ineffective in that. That has been a very successful company in fearing and intimidating their workers into never talking about a union. There's been some other organizations, whether they be unions or community groups, that have used this philosophy of letting people come together as a group, funding themselves, standing up for themselves, giving them the backbone they need amongst themselves, rather than saying the union is the issue. So we helped put this together with some Walmart workers and said, stand on your own 2 feet, pay an association fee to yourself so you can start delivering a message that Walmart needs to change. So yes, it's supported by the union, but it's really not funded by us, and it's more or less stand up on your own, start organizing yourself as workers of Walmart, not as union members.
Okay, that brings us to the end of the question and answer period, but our special guest, Bob Edgar, would like a final word.
I'd like a round of applause for our moderator. And a round of applause for our panelists. I want to leave you with a final word. I have a favorite theologian. Her name is Lily Tomlin. And Lily Tomlin did a one-woman show on Broadway where she played all the parts. And the lead person in this play called A Search for Intelligent Life in the Universe is Trudy the Bagpipe. And she comes out at the beginning of the play. She's dressed in rags. You've seen her at the corner of Walk, Don't Walk in almost every city. She has all of her possessions in 2 bags. And she's been hired by aliens from outer space to search for intelligent life in the universe. And she's standing at the beginning of the play waiting for these aliens to pick her up and go look for intelligent life. Well, it's a great play. It was written by Jane Wagner. You ought to read it. You can probably find it in the library. But the end of the play is really great. One of the aliens comes up to Trudy, and Trudy has a big voice. She has a hat with an umbrella on it because nobody mugs anybody with a hat with an umbrella on it. And one of the aliens pulls on her dress and says, Trudy, before we go out to outer space, we need one more piece of information. And she says, well, what's that? The other alien says, we'd like to know about goosebumps. And Trudy says, you've come all the way from outer space, and the thing you want to take back with you is goosebumps? And then Trudy remembers the last time she had goosebumps was at a Broadway play. So she takes these two aliens to a Broadway play, stands in the back, both aliens are there, 2/3 of the way through the play. She looks down and both aliens are completely covered with goosebumps. And then she notices they weren't watching the play at all. They were watching the people, watching them laugh, watching them cry, watching their human emotions. And the final scene is Trudy outside in the dark looking up and saying, you know, sometimes I come out here and I look up and I know they're watching us and they see the things we do that are silly and I can hear them laughing. But most nights when I come out here and look up, I know they're watching us and they see the violations of human rights, people's rights, children's rights. When I see them corrupting our labor laws and our teaching laws and our public and our democracy, I can hear them crying. And then Trudy looks out at the audience and she says, you know, maybe someday you and I will do something so great, so marvelous, that will give the whole universe goosebumps. If we can restore and occupy democracy, if we can limit money and politics, if we can control the corporate takeover of our democracy, we'll give our children and grandchildren goosebumps. Let's do it together because we are the leaders we have been waiting for.